As we get to Bob Duco's 9th proof for God's existence, we'll find this will be the shortest video in this response series, for Duco states,
All right, number 9. The number 9 proof for God's existence is the existence of the supernatural.
I have personally seen this type of spiritual activity. I have experienced supernatural activity in my own life in very, very real ways. So I can tell you that it's there. I have seen, literally, people appear and disappear in supernatural events that defy the laws of physics. Now, these are nothing more than times during my life when I believe that demons were trying to affect my thinking in certain ways, and these are things that I experienced as I was growing up and when I was younger and before I came to know the Lord. But it doesn't change the fact that I know the things I saw and I know the things I've experienced. And I know I'm not alone. Other people have too.
I live in Sweden, and in 1994 I had very close contact with UFO and alien, and I want to witness about it. I have tried to call many of this research team around the world about this with UFO, but they have not answered me.
الصبح بدا من طلعته والليل دجا من وفرته
From American Exorcism by Michael Cuneo, who investigated the phenomenon of Christian exorcisms, I started out this research with an attitude I'd characterize as open-minded Canadian skepticism. I wasn't expecting to encounter demons, especially not the rip-snorting, mind-blowing demons of popular imagination, but I was entirely open to being surprised. If something happened during an exorcism that defied rational explanation, that seemed to reek of supernatural evil, I was committed to reporting it. Hell, I would have been happy reporting it. But nothing happened. At least, nothing startling. Nothing that reached out and grabbed me by the throat. At the exorcisms I attended, there were no spinning heads, no levitating bodies, no voices from beyond the grave. There was plenty of vomiting, no question about it, but nothing more impressive than you'd probably catch most Saturday nights out behind your local bar. I wasn't counting on demonic fireworks, but neither was I counting them out. After all was said and done, more than 50 exorcisms, no fireworks, none at all. At least none that I could make out. Occasionally I found myself in a situation where I was the odd man out, the party pooper of all party poopers. Just about everyone else on hand would claim to see something extraordinary, and they'd be disappointed, confused and disappointed, that I hadn't seen it also. But you must have seen the body rising. The rest of us saw it. It clearly rose 2, maybe 3 feet off the chair. How could you not have seen it? I'm sorry, but I didn't see it. I was looking as hard as I could, and I didn't see it. No, I didn't see it, and the reason I didn't? There was nothing to be seen. People tend to be so keyed up during an exorcism, so eager to sink their fingers into something preternatural, that they'd easily convince themselves they're seeing, hearing, or feeling things that simply aren't there, not really there, to be seen, heard, or felt. As for myself, open-mindedly skeptical, skeptically open-minded, I was ready for any kind of action, but I was determined not to fall into the trap of conjuring things up just to suit the mood of the occasion. What I saw, I'm quite sure, was actually there to be seen. What I didn't see, well, I'm afraid not. People believe they see all sorts of things and attribute them to their gods or extraterrestrials. Anecdotes are not proof of a God's existence. Faith is not proof of a God's existence. Hope is not proof of a God's existence. Hallucinations are not proof of a God's existence. If they were, the heavens would be crowded with deities. But even if Duco could establish that the supernatural exists as some sort of alternate dimension, and that it produces things like demons, instantaneous healings, and can cause human beings to appear and disappear in defiance of the laws of physics, how is that evidence of his God? It would stand only as evidence of a subset of existence, and of such things for which he has proof, the demons, instantaneous healings, and human beings that appear and disappear. But he still has produced no evidence of his God. He merely asserts his God resides in this supernatural realm, without providing any evidence that he's really there. It would be like someone providing evidence that a forest exists in Oregon, and that it has such things as deer and mice living in it, and that occasionally a tree falls in that forest, and then merely asserting that Bigfoot lives there too, simply because the forest exists. It's a non sequitur. And remember, given this analogy, Duco has provided no independent, objective, or verifiable evidence that his forest, the supernatural world, even exists. It's all anecdotal.